Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts about a guide until the end. BSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts about a guide until the end.
Oh, we back at it again. Jay, Jeremy, Miriam, Ryan, friends until the end. What's new this week? That is our mission. Spoiler leaks, not our ambition. Call us geeks, come on now listen. Black and nerdy's our position.
Blurred boys, y'all know what to expect. Enter the podcast, we come in correct. Survivalist world, we coming for the throne. Blurred boys, survivalist zone.
BSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts about a guide until the end. BSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts about a guide until the end. Hey, 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 hey.
Taylor.
It's the Blurts about a guide. It's the Blurts about a guide. It's the Blurts about a guide.
Welcome back.
Hey. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Blurts about a guide. I'm your co-host, Jeremy.
And I'm your co-host, Jay.
Hey, and we got everybody in the building tonight, baby.
One more game for everybody.
Yeah.
Rock your body.
Copyright.
Hey. Welcome back, Ryan. I missed you. I haven't
It's been
seen
a while.
you. I missed you for
And a
2
solid month.
weeks. This is the third week that I finally
This is your
made it.
second week back, your fourth week. Well, it would have been 4 weeks if you hadn't seen Ryan.
Right. It was third week.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks since I've seen Ryan.
Time is relative.
Time is a man-made construct.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
It's a product of capitalism.
Mm.
But we don't have to get into that right now.
America. That's a different podcast. Woo. Hey, how's everybody doing? It's been good, man. It was a good weekend.
It was a good weekend.
Yeah, enjoyed the state fair.
I went to the fair for the first time.
They've never been to the fair.
Well, to an American fair.
Come to find out,
So,
theme parks in Saudi are the
Basically
equivalent
the
to
fair.
the fair.
Yeah. The whole time I'm walking around, I'm like, this is like my childhood.
Yeah, you know those rentable,
Full on.
But like an
things.
amusement park, like station set up, like stays there.
Yeah, it's permanent, so it's a permanent fair.
Yeah.
But it's the same level.
But
Is
they-
it but is it also in the desert?
I mean, well, it's Saudi Arabia, so
So,
the
yeah.
whole thing is the desert.
Oh, wow.
But like you have like more established areas.
It's a bit
Okay.
sandy, yeah?
Okay.
But the best amusement parks, you started British, the best amusement parks were inside of malls.
They had them inside mall.
Those were the nice,
We
like,
got one of those.
Mall of
the
America.
sand and shit didn't like tarnish
the ride.
the metal.
I feel like it gives it a rustic feel.
Yeah, old, like the state fair.
Did y'all ever go? This is slightly off topic, but did y'all ever go to American Adventures
No.
in Atlanta? All right,
Negative.
it was one of the six. There's like 3 Six Flags in
Yeah.
Atlanta. And
I
there
just
was
know the one in Georgia.
Six Flags.
Over
there
Georgia.
was Six Flags Whitewater, and there was
A theme
the
park.
American Adventures, and it was
Oh.
like half inside, half outside,
Oh.
and like they had like 6 rides.
Oh.
And it was like across the street from Whitewater. The building is still there. If you go to Whitewater today, you can go to American Adventures. But they had like a foam room where they would like dump a bunch of foam balls on you, and you could run up this ginormous structure and shoot them at your friends. And then like they had like a massive arcade. But anyway, that's just
Cool.
what I reminded me of.
I have never heard of that one.
Yeah.
I've heard of the Whitewater. I've never been to Whitewater, but I've heard of the amusement park. Been to the amusement park. So
American
many
Adventures it closed when we were like
Huh.
13, 14 probably.
Wow.
Who knew?
But it's still
That was
it's
before I
still there.
lived here then, probably.
Huh.
Crazy.
Wild. But no, I mean, y'all have a state fair in Georgia,
I mean, we have a couple.
right?
We,
It's just, I mean, it's like that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
the rentable, kind of sketchy.
Well, like these people own these machines and they
Yeah.
travel from state to state. Like
Right.
that's the
yeah,
Like
they don't have
ours.
them like
it's like a
they're not as
carnival.
big of a deal.
right.
Slight technical difficulty,
Flash Adventure was our theme park.
bruh.
Well, no, Visionland.
Visionland
It turned
was
into-
our theme park.
Visionland turned into like
Alabama Adventure or Alabama Splash Adventure because they got rid of
Because they
the
closed
theme
the
park.
land part.
Yeah, they got
It
rid
just
of
went
the
just a water
water
park.
and then it became Alabama Adventure when they reopened the two
roller
the
coasters.
the two roller coasters.
Zoomerang and
On the other
Rage.
side. Yes. Yeah, that was the local ones for us.
But anyway, yeah, we had
Different
a great
times.
weekend.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. It was a real good
We
weekend.
went to the fair.
Slept in on Sunday. Just had a good time.
I went to work.
We did lots of laundry.
I worked
Lots of laundry.
Ryan and I worked.
Yeah, we did.
How was the restaurant?
It's a restaurant. It was actually slower this weekend.
Huh.
So I wasn't mad. It was a well-deserved break after the month that we've had. It's just been busy.
From St. Patrick's Day and Mardi Gras and
The Bluff
All
parking
the
ends are
things.
just driving you wild.
Get ready for Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We
you
gotta
gotta get
prep
ready
for
for that one.
Pray for us. But
Hey, as long as you know how to make a margarita, you'll be alright.
I can sling a margarita, all right?
Slanging us.
Slinging them Ritas.
See. What were we talking about? Because
Well, last week we talked about like Shrek and like
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks and Pixar / Disney. So I think it's only fair that we give an episode to
the little guys.
the newest.
The
the
new guy.
newest one.
The
to
new-
the-
the new
yeah,
guy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
new guy.
Yeah.
Elimination. Also, I mean, it makes sense with what you've seen recently. What's come out? Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, Super Mario Brothers,
movie.
probably,
Go
like-
see it.
I'm excited to see it, and I'd venture to say it might be one of the best ones that they've made so far.
I mean, they
Question
got
mark?
Jack Black. Jack Black made the jump.
Right. I mean, Jack Black, and it just automatically puts it a tier above the rest, in my opinion.
This is a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
But before we get into Super Mario Brothers, let's get into Illumination as a whole.
It's not. I mean, when was Illumination founded? Like, what's the
Scroll.
I know their first movie was what, 2009?
2010.
2010.
So Illumination founder Chris Meledandri was president of animation at 20th Century Fox until early 2007, when, after having successfully overseen movies such as Ice Age 2 and 3, Horde and Here's a Who, and Alvin and the Chipmunks, he decided to set up his own company. That company became Illumination.
All right. Sets the stage. So I mean, if he was president of animation at Fox, that's like also doing like Family Guy and stuff, right? Am I wrong about that? Yeah. So like Family Guy, American Dad.
Yeah, 20th Century Fox, that's like the
That's-
Fox animation
that's-
animation lineup, like The Simpsons and all that.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
No wonder the Minions look like Homer Simpson, bro.
Just that yellow palette, that yellow color palette.
It's pretty similar. I didn't know that.
Maybe they got stolen from that universe.
And like stunted.
I don't know. But I feel like there's something there.
There's a
That could get real dark real
I like that
fast.
theory, bro. I really do.
I mean, it's like Willy. They remind me of like Willy Wonka and his
Uh-huh.
Oompa Loompas. You
And
know,
Homer's not that bright.
And
Let's
Groot
just
is a
put it there.
supervillain.
Was.
saying you inbreed enough.
Was a supervillain. Is he not a supervillain at the end of the movie?
Oh, it's the classic bad guy turned good guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't he just?
It's
Isn't he
children.
just still less
He's-
bad
he's
than
definitely
the
less-
other
But
bad guys?
he's
not a
he's not classified as a villain
good
anymore.
guy.
He's
It's
a-
not Mega
Well,
Man.
'cause
He's
it's
not
not-
a hero.
No, because the second one he does like join like a super secret agency that's like for the good of the world.
Because
So-
doesn't he like have to fight against like their like version of like the Sinister Six or whatever the heck they are, like the different evil people.
no,
I think-
That was in the Gru.
Is that in the mid? That's in the
I
new
have seen
one.
Despicable Me 1 and 2.
I haven't seen them, but we watched videos about them today.
Nice.
Yeah,
I saw 1 and 2, and I saw the Rise of Gru.
that's what you're thinking.
And I'm thinking of the Rise of Gru.
So Despicable Me 2 is the one that like they're a little bit older. It's when Gru falls in love with Homegirl, who's like a good secret agent.
Kristen Wiig, right?
Yes. Yeah. And he essentially defects to the good side. They get married. Bob Trump at the end.
The kids are already adopted,
Yeah,
and they're just one big happy family.
Yeah, but like the villain in that one was like the guy who owned the Mexican restaurant. Who was also like a luchador. And had like the evil chicken that like glared at Gru all the time.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I just the plot of these movies escapes me.
That's with a lot of these movies in Illumination. They just kind of
they're kids movies. Like, I mean, and
Yeah.
fundamentally, I think they're not like your DreamWorks kids movie.
Oh no, or Disney, but
I guess when you think about where it's coming from, like Fox, like, you know,
There's definitely much more violence in
Yeah.
Illumination movies,
the
and there's a lot more like crass slapstick humor.
and that makes sense.
especially when it comes to the Minions. 'Cause I'm like,
Exactly, they're just like farting and
They're funny to be.
Bebop
They're
and
funny for
Rocksteady.
your funny sake, rather than
Yeah.
like it's like an
I mean,
intelligent
like
humor.
they have
kind
their
of
own
thing.
like Minion language that
that combines a lot of
is
languages.
like half French, half Spanish, half just gibberish,
Yep.
half Simlish.
They,
at
they
one
do
point,
be
like-
throwing Spanish into their. In
They do talk French in there too. It's like
Yeah.
it's a lot. They became a, and they have become the mascots of Illumination too. So it's
Well, I mean, once they've been memeified and taken on by the Karens and the Pams.
My work. So like the person that oversees at work oversees like two other people. We're Team Minions. It has
It's a part of
interjected
culture.
himself into like my life, and I didn't ever intend for this to happen.
Well, what's interesting is like villains across, like universes, whether it's Disney or whatever, they refer to their minions, right? Like they're
Yeah.
little people that do their bidding.
Right,
well, they're not necessarily little in other aspects.
Sure, but they're little as in they're less than.
right.
Yeah.
Right? So Illumination said literally we have tiny little minions that
Whose
are
sole purpose in life is
stupid
to
and
be-
they worship this guy and it's like they're
That
only...
came from like the first Minions movie. Like their purpose
Yeah.
was to serve evil
Exactly.
villains for
They
free.
just took that
For
very
free.
literally.
They are okay with being slaves.
I don't like it.
I don't know, man. Like these minions,
like it.
they're an oddly relatable bunch.
Oh, they do have some like hilarious moments.
But like you just find like I don't know like hell there are whole children that base their personalities on these damn minions.
Well, because
bro.
there's a
Like,
whole universe now, and now that you have like these specific characters like Kevin and
Steve,
and Bob.
Dave.
So like they attach. Well, and for little kids who they're just funny, it takes on they take on this big personality.
their version of Teletubbies.
Almost, yeah. Like
Oh,
which
no.
Teletubby did you identify with? What they're over here saying, Tubby Custard and Teddy
Listen.
Time. Like what? They're not real, but.
Person saw myself as a Tinky Winky.
Dipsy ass motherfucker.
Poe.
I was a Lala. Actually, I was a Poe girl. I was definitely a Poe girl.
Ain't no lalas here.
Dipsy.
Tinky Winky was that big boy. Tinky Winky.
Dipsy.
Poe. Anywho.
But for real, like, I mean, I think Illumination can firmly say it's left its mark with these damn minions.
I mean, in a little over a decade, in 13 years,
And these minions are everywhere.
they have a whole universe.
T-shirts, underwear, glasses.
Video games.
They what?
Yeah.
Well, they had like little
What?
they had like a Temple Run type of game
Okay,
for a minute.
that's fair.
I think they have like a couple of DS games too.
What?
Crazy.
Dude, the money market for frickin' minions. Oh, I don't like that. That's too much of an alliteration. I don't want to say that.
The Minion money market.
The minion money market is astronomical. It's millions.
In millions.
So what did you guys think of like The Secret Life of Pets? Because at this point they have two. They're making a third. So,
They are?
Yeah.
I like the first one.
Is Pat
first one
Oswalt
was
coming
great.
back as the main guy?
I don't know. It's in development. So another thing that's in development is Sing 3. I definitely
I knew
preferred
about
Sing
Sing 3.
over Life of Pets.
Oh yeah, no. So,
Sing was better than Life of Pets.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a better
My boy
story.
singing, "I'm Still Standing." Is
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
It's a whole. Taron Egerton killed that.
Right, the whole scene with like his dad coming to see him finally. It's like,
Yeah.
that's my son. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Kristen Bella's the pig. Is it she
hell
the
yeah.
pig?
No, it's Reese Witherspoon.
Reese, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, she kills that
Tori
role.
Kelly as the elephant.
Sang
boy.
fucking sang it, bro.
That was a
Literally brought the house down.
Yeah.
No, it was a great. Sing was a top tier one for sure.
I watched the second one. Enjoyed the
They're
second
both
one.
Oh,
good.
Seth MacFarlane was a rat.
the
It was.
first one.
Yeah.
But the first one had a better plot. In
It
my
did.
opinion.
No, it did.
The
It's a
singing
better
was
story.
like elevated in the
Definitely.
Yeah.
quote unquote production value.
Definitely. The
Those
animation
unrealistic
was
set changes that they do. I'm like, there's no freaking
Well, because
way.
Marty Wolf can do Marty Wolf.
You
things.
were
the
upset. You were visibly upset watching it. You were just like, I
There's-
can't. There's
I mean-
not.
the stage manager.
I was like, it's Vegas, man. That's how it works.
I guess
right?
they have a lot of little mice running around doing shit. I don't know, but
My favorite part of this thing is when they're having the flashback to Etta James doing her little theater thing, like the sheet. Her scarf doesn't have a shadow.
Interesting.
Go back and watch it. Her scarf does not, like, she has a shadow, but the scarf does not have a shadow as it's like
Come
going up
on.
the wall.
Yeah, you can.
Dang.
Come
It's
on.
the little mistakes. It's okay though.
It's new.
It's
They're
just
new.
funny.
It's new to the
I
game.
don't always notice those in cartoons when the first go around. It usually takes.
That one took me a second.
Yeah.
The only like full mistake I've noticed, it probably wasn't even a cartoon. It was the cowboy hat in At World's End
I've heard about that.
from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Cowboy hat didn't have. What happened with the cowboy hat?
There's a dude in the cowboy hat on
Not a pirate.
on the Black
Oh wow.
Not a pirate.
Pearl. Not a pirate hat.
Oh wow.
How did they get a cowboy hat?
It's a crew member just like standing there.
I genuinely thought I was like
That's
maybe he
always
came from
as
the
bad
wrong
as
set.
Starbucks.
He can't
Those
go
wide
back.
shots, man. Those wide shots will get you every
He's
time.
like standing behind somebody as they're like all
Someone
doing
fucked
things,
up
he's
in
just
costuming
standing
that
there
day.
and
They were just
looking
like, we don't
around.
have anything else. We ran out of hats. I guess this is what we got to work with.
Another thing that's in development at Illumination right now is an untitled Pharrell Williams film.
What chokehold did Pharrell Williams have on Illumination? Because that man produced basically every song in every movie.
Listen,
For Illumination.
listen. Happy is still playing, bro.
But it was
Like,
still produced by Pharrell.
It was.
Yeah.
And he narrated Grinch.
I mean,
Pharrell Williams has a chokehold on Illumination. I don't know why.
I'm not mad.
That's
From
contract.
Despicable Me all the way to not the only one he hadn't done is Super Mario Brothers.
I'm not mad about it.
I'm not either. But
He said, "I fuck with the minions." Bro.
I'm just saying, like,
he resonates with these minions, like,
Interesting.
or he just got that bag from them.
Or they're
honestly.
paying him
like
quite a
Bukus
lot
of
of
money.
money.
I mean, it's a lot.
Well, because you attach a Pharrell Williams song to something and it instantly attracts
Popular.
a different audience.
do y'all realize
That
Happy
is
is still one of the top songs of all time? And that
Yes.
was a Despicable Me 2 song.
Trust me, I was a cheerleader when it came out.
Love the song.
I'm sorry.
I do love the
That was
song.
I know
Were you
that's-
feeling happy, Ryan?
No, it was
Clap along, Ryan.
it was happy in that damn Salento song.
Because it's so
People
catchy.
watch me whipping that.
Now watch me whip.
Watch
Colton and I
me
were on the BSC website
Nang,
Whipping
Yeah.
that.
Whipping.
Oh baby.
during
not
the homecoming
surprised.
game. It was hilarious.
Not surprised. So maybe we should go around and say what our top 2?
I'm gonna go with 2 because like it's hard to do 3.
3, yeah, for sure.
So we're gonna claim all of them by the time it's up.
Oh god, oh
We'll
god.
have some repeats for
That's
sure.
real. I already know mine. Like,
Go ahead then.
number 1 is The Grinch. I that movie is just it's great.
Movie,
It's
soundtrack.
the acting. I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch as the Grinch works. Like
Yes.
it works.
Cindy
very-
Lou Who in this version of the Grinch is probably the most adorable character I've ever
Too
seen.
good
in
for
any-
words. Too good
If
for
you
words.
hurt that Cindy Lou Who, I'm hurting you. That's, where
I
I'm
like
at.
how they made it make sense. I like how they made it like about anxiety and stuff like that. Like I mean,
I think I remember at one
it's
point
got a
he does say-
superior message in that one.
It's
for
like he
real.
doesn't hate Christmas, he hates people. And that's,
Yes.
that's literally what he states in that movie. It's
Yes,
like,
it
I don't
makes
mind Christmas,
sense.
I just don't like you. And it's like,
He didn't like people being assholes,
I get
and
it.
they were being assholes.
Yup.
Makes sense. And then number 2 is Sing, because I mean it's fun, it's catchy, it's got a good message also, and you know,
because you're happy.
yeah, something like that. But yeah, those are my 2.
Ooh, I'll go next. My first one's going to be Sing because, yeah, the whole family, we watch it a lot, and it's great. I put both Sing movies in there because I put there's
1 and 2 is a
no,
combo.
just, Sing 1 and Sing 2 is my number 1. And then my second one is, it just came out, but it's probably one of the best movies that it came out about a video game adaptation of all time. It's Super Mario Brothers movie.
I'll have to watch
That
it.
was excellent. From beginning to end, Chris Pratt redeeming himself as Mario, to all the way to Bowser being Bowser, to Peaches. I love you all. All of that.
Let's say
You got a lot
finding out
of
that
pitch
Jack
up like
Black
feelings.
rickrolled us.
Oh, he did. Yeah,
It's
I remember seeing that.
hilarious.
Yeah, the same chorus that he used for that Peaches song is the same chorus of "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley.
Yes, I realized that
That
Which also works.
Yeah,
perfectly.
yeah.
crazy.
The
I feel like that was
brilliance.
intentional too.
Absolutely, it can't not. Be.
It's Jack Black.
It can't not. Be.
This man is actually
You
a
can-
musical genius.
After I found out, I went back and listened to how he actually sings it, and he sings it like Rick Astley sings "Never Gonna Give You Up." Like it's right
We're no
there.
stranger to love. Yep.
That man, when he made that song, never knew how popular it was going to be for like all the wrong reasons.
It was like 2 decades before it came back.
Just
Yeah.
never knew what it would become.
That's the power of YouTube. And Pine Sol.
Power Pine song.
Maybe. Mine 2 are The Grinch. Because it's just, that's my number 1. Because it's just, honestly, so far of what I've seen, the best movie they've done. And then 2 is Despicable Me. For my sister and I watched that movie a lot when it came out. And we were grown. We were grown women. But like Lil Angus, that little girl, you can't touch that girl.
That's not fluffy.
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die! So fucking cute.
Alright, what about you?
I'm the Lorax. I speak for the trees.
Hey, you are. Hey!
Yeah, I love the Lorax. And probably, honestly, probably the first Despicable Me.
Yeah.
Just because of how quotable it is. But I watched the Lorax movie probably 4 or 5 times.
Bro, like I said, Ed Helms singing "How Bad Can I Be?" That was a certified banger. Like
It was.
Listen to it. The "How Bad Can I Be?"
And, like the Lorax is one of my favorite Dr. Seuss creations.
Sure.
Like from like the old school version of it. So I was really hoping that the new version would be good and not like Horton Hears a Who.
Yeah,
It lived up. It lived up to the original one.
It did.
I agree.
the ones.
You know, as we were talking, it made me realize something that
Please.
stands Illumination out. They stick to their lane in that they're not, other than sing, I guess. That's not. They're not doing musicals, but they have really good soundtracks of songs that you hear on the radio, and so I think that's what makes them so
I
popular.
feel like it's coming though.
Yeah, you think?
Like a
I
real
feel like they
original
keep
musical?
Getting, yeah,
Well,
feel
I
like
mean,
they keep
Jack
getting
Black just
closer
did
and
one.
Closer.
I mean, close enough.
They did an original song in.
Jack Black.
Yeah.
And it's Oscar. It's Oscar contending. Like
It is.
it
It
can be
is
contended for an
It's
Oscar.
the original song.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it could be contended for an Oscar.
Is Jack Black gonna get an EGOT? He should get an EGOT.
He should.
He should be nominated for a Grammy
Does he
too.
have a Tony?
No.
No,
No, but he could get one if he wanted to.
I'm surprised he didn't produce School of Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Missed opportunity.
They also he wouldn't have gotten a Tony for School of Rock.
Yeah.
School of Rock won nothing.
He would have been nominated though.
Yeah.
It's not an EGOT.
If he would have done it.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Reprised his role
Maybe that's not his bag.
as Mr. Sneak.
He doesn't need that validation.
No.
Jack Black has got quite the dramatic bag in him too.
I know.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm saying, put this man on Broadway.
give him a play real quick. Just throw him a supporting actor,
Well,
Tony, and let's get on with it.
Let him write one. He could write one.
Yeah.
I
Give him
bet
a
he's got
one-man
a,
show.
I imagine he's got a rock opera somewhere just stored away.
Tenacious D the musical.
I was about to say, ooh. I was about to say,
Boy, I would be about it. I would be 100% about it.
going back to Despicable Me 3 though, or Despicable Me. Did y'all know Despicable Me 3? Trey Parker was the villain,
I didn't know that.
No.
and it was
From like
more
South Park.
yes, it was more musically inclined.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I didn't see the third one, gonna be honest.
I've seen it once. I would have to watch it again, but yeah, you hear it and you hear like, was it Stan's dad?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mr. Marsh.
yeah,
Mr. Marsh.
yeah. Randy, yeah, you hear
Randy
Randy Marsh.
Lord.
Yeah, you hear Lord. Oh man, what all these hits that we discussed. Can we discuss the one miss that they attempted to do?
Hop.
I'm gonna be real. I never saw Hot.
I think I watched it once. I think I watched it once.
I think I actively avoided Hop. I was like, this just doesn't look good.
I watched it once. I think I watched it because of Jason Marsden, not because of
Fair.
Hop.
Yeah.
Who's Jason Marsden?
The prince from.
Yeah.
Enchanted.
Yeah,
Enchanted.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
The human in Sonic.
Yep, I remember.
Yep. Tell me about
That's
him in
fair.
cartoon live action movies.
Yeah, no, he has a track record of that.
I bet they did Hop because the founder did Alvin and the Chipmunks, and Alvin and the Chipmunks was pretty big. It was like really popular, right?
Yeah, no, it was around that time.
It was kind of like in the same
Hop
vein.
and like I think Alvin and the Chipmunks like Chipwreck came out around the same time.
Yeah, that sounds
Shipwrecks. I forgot that.
Shipwreck.
There were 4 Chipmunk movies.
They got their
You
back.
got Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel, Chipwreck, and the Road Chip.
The Road Trip was not bad.
No, the Chipwreck is the worst out of the 4 of them.
Which
That's
is the
bad
one with
thing.
the girls?
Everyone
The second through,
sequel.
yeah, second,
Oh,
2
see,
through
okay.
2 through 4.
Yeah, they're all the
Oh, that's all I saw.
Chipettes. The Chipettes are there. Yeah.
The last one I saw was the Squeakquel.
Yeah, same.
That's when I went to school.
I don't think I could have handled it.
I didn't like it when they went to school. I did not. But like the road trip that they go on in the 4th one is actually really fun. It's a road trip movie. So like they get into shenanigans on the road.
Yeah, but what was that? Oh yeah, Hop.
No, man. I mean, I don't. What's the plot? I don't even know the plot.
So the Easter Bunny, or whoever is the current Easter Bunny, that's played by Russell Brand, does not want to take on the role of Easter Bunny. He wants to just be the laid-back teenage Easter Bunny that he's always been and play the drums and whatnot and so forth.
Okay.
And his dad is like, no, you need to take
Doesn't
on your
wanna
job.
grow
You're
up.
Yeah, basically, you
Yeah.
take responsibility.
You don't want to take on the
he
family business.
He escapes Easter Island because that's where Easter lives.
Aye.
Easter Island.
Aye.
And finds himself in, I'm pretty certain, either San Francisco or New York, one of the two, because that's where everything happens.
Okay.
And that's where he finds Jason Marsden, who is like down on his luck guy, who just so happens to find this live talking rabbit who's wearing clothes, and they have hijinks until the end where it's when he leaves. The main antagonist is they're basically the Peeps chicks, but like alive. So it's like it's chickens instead, because the chickens want to take over and be the main Easter mascot, not
so
the
this
bunny.
is-
But it's like they're which I think is a good argument. Why is it Easter eggs with an Easter bunny? Why is it not an Easter chicken with the Easter eggs? And so they wanted to make it a logical mascot. Yeah,
None of it makes sense.
It's stupid. It don't make sense, but it
The Easter egg and
It
the
happens.
bunnies don't lay eggs, do they?
there wasn't an Easter movie, and Chris Meledandri was just like, I'm gonna make an Easter movie. It didn't work, but he made an Easter movie.
He tried.
He made an Easter
He
movie.
really did try. There was a reason there wasn't an Easter movie.
But there's a better Easter movie called Rise of the Guardians, which isn't about Easter, but had the Easter Bunny in
It
it.
does have Easter bunny.
My favorite Easter movie is Passion of the Christ.
Oh, you poor soul.
I'm kidding.
I was
a heck of a movie, bro.
That
It's
thing's
also,
graphic.
it is probably my favorite Easter movie. That
It is available on Hulu.
Yes.
at the moment.
Yeah. That thing is graphic, and I mean I don't know why, but they showed it. They showed like those bits and pieces of
Of
like
the Passion.
of the actual crucifixion in those last couple days at church one year, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, why would you show this to?
When that movie came out, my grandparents were like, "You're too young to see this. You're not."
And I would have said thank you. I'm still too young to see it. I'm 28, and I'm still too young to see it. Hey, but we can go on and on.
We can go on and on.
Yo, but what we're gonna do now is take a quick level break, and then we'll be right back with the weekly blurb.
Be right back, guys.
Nah, I don't like that. That's better.
It's time for the weekly blurb. Calm down, Donnie.
Okay. Hey, we back.
Y'all know what time it is. It's time for the weekly blurb, where we talk about stuff and things. Hashtag all the things.
Merch coming soon.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, look at that shirt Jeremy's got on.
Get you one.
You gotta change the logo. My hair
Put your
not long.
laptop down. Put your laptop down.
It was designed by myself. I'm proud of it. Check it out.
Woo!
We gotta change the hair design. I got long hair.
You got hang time now.
I got
bro.
long hair now.
We gotta update it.
Ew.
More merch coming.
Long hair don't care.
It's your turn to go first.
It's my turn to go first.
I'll
I'll probably go first. Spoilers ahead if you haven't seen Super Mario Brothers
Oh,
movie.
damn. All right.
Oh, he's ruthless.
I am ruthless because it's been about 3 weeks.
Facts.
2.5 weeks. But, I mean, you can watch the movie and still, there's so many references that I didn't catch that when you watch the movie, you'll see stuff that I probably didn't remember after watching. Super Mario Brothers movie was a fantastic film. It was great. Chris Pratt,
Not according to the critics.
critics can go suck a toad. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, no, the people, it's the people's movie because
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes, the critics hated it, but the people loved it, and it's like, listen to the people.
I feel that. I tend to listen to the people more than I listen to the critics.
Yeah, Chris Pratt he actually did a really good
Did
job.
he fumble the bag? Like everybody was like ups.
No, he did not.
Okay.
It worked in the universe in which the story was being told of him being Mario, and his brother Luigi Mario.
Who played Luigi?
Charlie Day.
Okay.
From Always Sunny.
All right.
Hey man.
Yep.
Yeah. So they essentially voiced themselves, but with a Brooklyn accent, and it worked to a degree, more or less.
I bet their buddy comedy is funny.
Yeah, no, it was
I can imagine like Chris
was-
Pratt and
the
Charlie
dynamic-
Day doing well.
So the dynamic of Mario and Luigi in this movie, where big brother, little brother, Mario, of course, being the big brother, like protective to Luigi, who is scared of his own shadow.
Okay.
And it plays off very, very well here. You do see early elements of, and I mean, you see a lot of stuff that I'm about to talk about in the trailer too. You see early elements of like Luigi's Mansion, him dealing with the ghosts and stuff like that. Mario getting to Mushroom Kingdom and all that was dope, and you get to see that there are multiple. Like it's.
I'm excited to see Mario Kart, like Rainbow Road. Like that looks
That
fun.
scene,
that
yeah.
looks fun.
That scene that leads to it is dope because you actually see how they get their cars and how they get the cars onto the set, and it's
Oh, that's fun.
very, very faithful to video games and whatnot.
Okay. All right.
Um,
All right.
Anya Taylor-Joy played Peach, and I mean it was Anya Taylor-Joy putting on an American accent, so
Interesting.
she's a good actress, and she did very well with that. Keegan-Michael Key was Toad, and a little feisty little thing. It was dope. Story was great. Breakout star obviously Jack Black, Bowser.
Facts. I mean, the story is the plot of like the video game, right? Like you just try and he
Kind of.
does it go deeper?
It's more so Mario finding this world for the first time. So he's never seen Mushroom Kingdom or had to go fight through all these things. He didn't even know how to.
It's the first time like he like rescues Peach, basically.
Yeah, but he's not rescuing Peach. They don't make Peach a damsel in distress. She is a
Hell yeah.
Peach without a cause. We have a button now. It's one of them. I think it's the sixth one.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. As
Nice.
deservedly so.
Yeah. But yeah, no, she is not a damsel in distress anymore. She is a Peach without a cause, a rebel without a cause. She
Okay.
she's
She's part of the resistance.
She's the leader of the resistance.
Badass.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
And, yeah, no, she teaches Mario how to do Mario things. One slight spoiler before y'all go into it, Mario does not like mushrooms.
Fascinating.
Me either, Mario.
But they make him bigger. And
Well, and
strong.
see, in the real world, quote unquote, like he doesn't like mushrooms as like food.
like on his pizza.
Yeah, on pizza, on like pasta or anything like that he has. And then he goes into Mushroom Kingdom world, and Peach hands it out to him and is like, "Here, now eat this." And he's like, "Do I have to?" Like, I don't eat. I don't really like mushrooms. It's like, well, it's a power up. It's going to give you a power when you eat it. And he's like, she basically had to like force choke it down his throat. And then when he had it for the first time, that's when he grew for the first time, and he didn't realize that he could like grow.
Fascinating.
Yeah. So the size that we see him for most of the movie is like small Mario, and then you can see the differences, and you see when he eats different mushrooms, he does, or like different plants and things like that. He becomes like the raccoon in one of the games. He becomes the cat. He becomes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm with you with him in the suit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and he gains those powers and abilities, and it like I said, it is hefty in terms of content and lore from the Super Mario universe.
Cool.
But also it's a good story, and yeah, I'll end there with Donkey Kong, Seth Rogen being Seth Rogen, but still great.
I'm gonna go watch it. I'm definitely
Go watch it. I strongly recommend y'all go watch it. I'll watch it again. I'll watch it the third time. I haven't even watched it the second time yet, but I still want to watch it. It's good. It's good. It's very good. I'm
Hell
done.
yeah, man.
Throw his mic.
Drops like. Anyway. Well, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how many people out there have watched the Amazon original Donald Glover television series, limited series Swarm.
I seen it today.
Bro, I don't know how I couldn't watch it in one sitting, bro. I'm not even gonna try and front with you, like
I
because
have nothing else to do today.
the shock and awe of of the TV show, like especially from in the first movie, the first episode, I was just like, I don't know what's going on, and I'm very confused and I'm very scared because I don't know how this is going to progress, and so like I had to take days in between watching them, but man, this show
It's crazy.
is crazy.
It's crazy.
They're smart though. It's smart though. It's real smart because it trips you up toward the end of it. Which if folks haven't watched it yet, like I really need folks to go watch it. Like I don't care how you feel about Beyonce, like for real, but you need to watch the show. Not even for the fact that it's kind of based off of true events related to her and her fandom. But because it's just,
blatant, like
the
show is called Swarm.
Listen, like, that episode was
the episode is not the episode. The character is Queen Bee.
Yes,
and she has her beehive and her
Yes.
swarm, but that's not her name. Her name not Beyonce. It's
and Nyjah. And the way that they do it by like the 6th or so episode, and they like do the quick shift and
you're
like
talking
the
about the
documentary style. Bro, I had to know. I was like, that's what like what's going on?
As soon as the episode turned up, because one, there's two things. So in the normal TV show, the TV show, it is filmed on 35mm film. So it's filmed on actual film, like Guava Island.
Yep.
But then when it got to that documentary episode, it was back into the digital widescreen, fills in the screen. I'm like,
and you just can tell the difference, and like, you're not sure what's real. It's a mindfuck. It's a real big mindfuck.
because when it started showing like the characters that we've seen the whole time, it's like, wait,
but they're not the same character.
Yeah.
It's different people. It's Miriam pointed it out to me.
It's the real people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to look at it. I was like, this one makes off something real. Because the whole the premise.
It makes you think.
Yeah, it was like the premise.
Makes you think.
Because at the beginning of every episode, it would say the names, things that are intentional. This is a true story. This is not a true story.
It
It's like,
just fucks with your head, man. But it's a good one. It's a really good one. I'm really happy you went to watch it. I'm impressed that you watched it because it is kind of scary. So like, kudos to you for watching it, for real. But nah, like
I guess I'm just getting used to death.
if folks are interested in like a really just good.
It's intense.
It's a social commentary and it's entertainment in a lot of ways. Like it toes that line really, really well.
It makes you question your reality a bunch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend anybody who has like, a mental health
I don't know.
to watch it in one sitting. I don't know. It was for me. It was really intense.
It's heavy. It was heavy.
Really heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed the end result of
Trigger
it.
warnings. That's all you need. You just need trigger warnings.
The end result of it had me really excited though. So I want to recommend it. And that's my weekly blurb.
Woo!
Is it my turn?
Woo!
My weekly blurb is about 2 shows. One that we binged very quickly called Beef. It's a Netflix original starring Ali Wong.
How short are the episodes?
30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It's fast.
Okay.
It's not a...
But they're packed.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. You wonder how they packed so much into one episode. A lot happens at once. But it's Ali Wong and Stephen Wen.
Stephen Wynn.
Yeah. From Walking Dead.
Yup.
It is a
Gwen.
roller coaster. It's a majoritively Asian American cast, which is nice. But it's so relatable in a lot of weird ways that make you question yourself.
It's the first A24 TV show.
And they come out with a bang. It's very well
I think
done.
the show is definitely meant for like the older millennials, which it's us now.
It's relatable. Like there's a lot of relatable content. There's like a lot of like they're talking about generational shit, like generational trauma, like from people's parents and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's mental healthy and also action packed at the same time, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. They flesh out characters really nicely and intentionally and tie it all back together really nicely. At some point you're like, well, how is this relevant? But it all ties back, which brings me to the next show that we started watching called Poker Face.
It's a lot like that too.
It's on
Peacock.
Peacock. It's on Peacock. It stars Natasha Lyonne.
Oh, that's the series about Ryan Johnson who did the Knives Out.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's very similar stylistically to his films in that like there's really random like slow pans in. But it's a really cool story that also does that same like character weaving. It starts off, the first episode is jam-packed. Like it's like a whole movie in and of itself. It's only an hour long?
They're an hour long.
I think the first episode is a little longer than an hour.
It does like a really good job of telling you a story that you're going to need to know to get to the conclusion, but
You don't know what the conclusion is yet.
it's out of context.
Yeah.
And it's confusing at first, and then by the end of it, you're just like, oh.
And you're piecing it together as you watch it, which is really fun. I enjoy it. The cast is wildly talented. Every episode is like a new cast of characters almost, with Natasha Lyonne's journey out of like, she's basically running away.
Ham is in the third episode, dude from Cheers that does all the voices for Pixar.
Oh,
Yeah, before he died, he's in it.
No, he's not dead yet. That's
No,
the other guy that you thought he was.
Excuse me.
It's Mr. Potato Head that you thought he was.
Yes.
Anyway, I recommend those
Ratzenberger
two
is still
shows.
alive, sir, and will.
If you're looking for some good, action-packed, great storytelling, those are two shows I recommend. That's all for me.
Thank you.
Taking it back to you guys.
Ryan, you ain't got nothing. Nothing. You were gone a whole week and you ain't got nothing.
0. Not a thought behind these eyes.
Ryan said, I'm tired. I'm tired, boss.
They're like,
He ain't even done yet. I'm sorry.
You got a 0?
0.
What's the spell? D-I-G.
Dig.
What? Dig.
I don't want to dig yours. That's too damn bad.
Wait.
You keep on digging.
Wait,
Happy
excuse
20
me?
years to holes.
Happy
Heyo.
20 years.
That's a
to
solid
There's
word.
That's a
my
good
word.
word. That's a good
Solid
word. I
word.
got you there. I'm a
That'd be
good
20
producer.
years to holes. The movie, not the book. I think the book is like 20.
It came out in like 93.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 years old. Anyway.
Anyway.
Jeremy, where can people find us?
In holes.
What are you looking at?
I was looking up the holes, the book. Came out in 98.
98. I was off by 5 years. Same
Thank you.
decade.
The last 5 years.
Hell, hey, the people.
R.I.P. Phantom.
Yeah. Phantom of the Opera is no longer on Broadway.
Yeah.
The longest running Broadway show.
Yeah.
About 10 years too late.
Facts.
Yeah.
But people can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Blurred Survival Guide, on Twitter and TikTok at Blurred Guide, on Redbubble, you can shop with us at Blurred Survival Guide, on everywhere else at Blurred Survival Guide. You can find my personals at That Disney Blurred,
At Blurred Activist. At Blurred Activist.
and other than that,
Keep surviving, everybody.
listen to the theme song.
Listen to the theme song. That's my line!
Okay.
Taylor King.
BSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts above a guide until the end. BSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts above a guide until the end.
Oh, we back at it again. Again? Jay, Jeremy, Miriam, Ryan, friends until the end. What's new this week? That is our mission. Spoiler leaks, not our ambition. Call us geeks, come on now listen. Black and nerdy's our position.
Blurred boys. Y'all know what to expect. Enter the podcast, we come in correct. Survivalist world, we coming for the throne. Blurred boys, survivalist zone.
BSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts above a guide until the end. BSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts above a guide until the end.
Taylor.
It's the Blurred Survivor Guide. It's the Blurred Survivor Guide. It's the Blurred Survivor Guide.